Hello, Toriel in the future. It's Toriel from the past. And I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from here in Arizona. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, there's freaking hot air balloons like half in the clouds and it's sunset right now. That's so cool. You still recording? Okay. So, how the heck did you get here in Arizona? Well, let's find out. Okay, just rewind back to when you were in Ohio. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm going to be so distracted. See, I wasn't lying. Oh, yeah, okay. We were waiting on the call from the mechanic dude. He was supposed to call on Monday. He never did. And we'd call there, and they'd never answer. Come Tuesday, we call them. We get a hold of some, one of the mechanics, not the owner. Turns out the owner got COVID, and he was in the hospital on oxygen. So that was a thing. So then we just had to wait around and not know what to do, never heard anything, and then we decided we left on Friday. So northeastern Ohio, all the way to southeastern Utah, Kanab. It's kind of southwest, south central, middle, I don't know, freaking 30 hours of driving. It's really loud.
That's their whole culture. The toadstools?
Mm-hmm.
They don't look edible.
We got there during business hours on Monday, but the mechanic who was in charge of our vehicle then, he left early. So we're like, whew. Then we were gonna stay in the van that night, but we got in there and there were mouse turds everywhere in the bed and stuff. And after this big long road trip, we're like, we just cannot deal with this right now. So we stayed in a hotel again. That morning, we get there, Michael gets there right at 8 a.m. in the morning to be try to meet the mechanic at the door, what is going on with the van. And he does meet up with the mechanic, and it turns out all that really happened was the injector blew. That's what happened. We got so scared because so many things were happening, and our problem was the head gasket, and so we just assumed that's what happened. But it was just the injector, and we had that replaced while we were in Ohio. And so it was that was done, and then he found 3 oil leaks after that. So we're okay, the van's not done for. So we're okay, well, that's great. Let us pay up and be on our way. He's oh, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. No one's here to do office work because the owner is in freaking hospital. And he's well, this woman has been taking over and she should be able to do it. I'm okay, well, where is she? And she was supposed to be coming in and she never came. We're waiting and waiting. And we did the laundry, all the bedding, cleaned up the van, did all this stuff, waited all day. She never showed. And we're at this point, we're starting to get kind of pissed with this business, this company. We have been waiting for communication from them for so long. But we also were okay, they're going through an ordeal. The owner's in the hospital. No one else knows how to do anything. So we just have to be patient and understanding. So we waited another day. We slept in the van that night at the mechanic's, woke up, waited around, waiting for the lady to come. She does come in with the owner, actually. He's bringing his oxygen tank with him. She's able to give us the bill. It was way more than we thought it should be or would be. We paid it, and then we left. Then it's shoot. With all the unexpected mechanical bills from the month of traveling, with all the stuff that happened with the van, all those mechanical bills all the hotel bills and gas from going to do the Ohio trip, and then this unexpected huge bill from the latest mechanic time. Yes. But with all that, we're like, all our savings from working at the lodge were dangerously low. And our plan was to go to Florida. Can't make it to Florida. We can't justify doing that kind of a road trip on an unstable van with low funds, in case another emergency happens, which at this rate, we're like, is bound to happen. So we have no choice but to look for some temporary work. Yes. Can I help you? Look at these hot air balloons. Okay, temporary work. I'm not even lying. Look, there's just hot air balloons everywhere. I want that so badly. La 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 la. But as much we did stay at hotels and stuff during the road trip to Ohio and back, and that was kind of fun. We enjoyed that, but then hotels are so expensive. I'm just like, how do people people can't afford to travel like this when hotels are so expensive. How does anyone do it? It made me so much more thankful for the van and this lifestyle. What we traveling across the country, you stay at a truck stop free. It's just crazy, these hotel bills. Okay, we were looking for work where we were in Utah. There wasn't any in Kanab, there wasn't any in St. George, really nothing good. In our search, we discovered Phoenix seemed to offer a lot of temporary work for warehouse stuff. So to Phoenix we go. Over there.
This was unexpected. This is very cool. You're running backwards. There you go. There you go.
Alright, here I am near the pokey. Why is vlogging so much work? It's so pokey. Yeah, this is dangerous. Alright, here we go. So, we make it to Arizona and to Phoenix. We find some BLM land. The only BLM land we can seem to find. BLM land. We make it and it is nasty. It's filled with the worst kinds of people. They're leaving trash everywhere. There's used toilet paper everywhere. They have no respect. They blast sports radio over the entire desert, screaming at their kids, Mexican music all over the desert, and you can't even think. This is why we cannot stand RV people. Why do they do this? Do you know why?
Know why what?
Why they do this?
It's their short reprieve before they burn in hell.
After a couple days of job searching, we ended up getting hired at a warehouse job, and we also found a better place to stay, and that was just state trust land. All you need is a permit, which costs $20, but just that little bit of money weeds out all the horrible people. Like, we got here, there's no trash anywhere. The people who use this land respect it and clean up after themselves. So just that little bit of paying makes it so much better. So now what? Now we're here. We're working second shift, 3:35 to 12:05 a.m. Instead of working in the warehouse, they stuck us on the line in the factory part doing heat seal on shirts. So we just spend our days getting yelled at by Cambodian bosses. This has been a time of severe critique of what we are doing and why everything has gone wrong. Every day we have a challenging and grueling discussion about our lives. But this is something I'm thankful for with Vanlife. Vanlife makes it impossible to avoid conflict, and it makes it impossible to avoid facing your problems head on. So, this has been a very intense way to begin a marriage. We're not even been married 2 years yet, but we've been doing van life ever since day one. It can be really hard, but also it can be really awesome. And with all this stress and stuff that's been going on with us, I'd say our number one rule of thumb is to follow Ephesians 4:26. And that's, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. So we've been trying to live by that, and that means we may be very, very uncomfortable in that moment, but it also means we don't go to bed until we deal with the issue, whatever issue it is, and that helps reduce slow growing bitterness and resentment in our marriage. We just deal with stuff head on. So I am thankful for that. With all of this, it's just been weird, but there's seasons in life, and it's good to receive them all and learn from them all and grow from them all, or else it's a waste if you don't grow. So it's been really hard, the last week and a half, actually the last 2 weeks, or the last month and a half. But now, I can feel the shift happening because we're fighting. Michael and I are fighting to get through this, and we've been praying, and, there's a comeback coming. I'm excited. I know God's got a plan for us. Now when people ask us, what are you doing next? Which gets super annoying, by the way, people, because we never know. Now we don't answer that question. Okay? So, don't ask. We don't answer. Let's go have a fire.